reveals more about who we are than what we have. It's not just income or numbers or charts. It's emotion. It's fear disguised as ambition. It's pride disguised as planning. It's the quiet story of what we learn to believe is enough. And that's what The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel is really about. Not how to earn more, but how to understand the person holding the money. Because once you understand that person, you stop chasing and you start choosing. So in this video, I'll share with you the 5 life-changing lessons I learned from this book. Number 1, we don't see money for what it is. We see it for what it was. We like to think we're logical with money, but we're not. We're emotional creatures with memories pretending to be math. If you grew up watching money disappear, you probably save like every dollar could vanish tomorrow. If you grew up with comfort, you probably spend like the world will always provide. A study from the University of Cambridge and the UK Money Advice Service found that many money habits are formed by the age of 7. By 2nd grade, we have already learned whether money feels scarce, safe, or powerful. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau called these early lessons our financial building blocks, the habits, norms, and emotional patterns that quietly steer our adult decisions. When I finally saw this in myself, I understood why I worked the way I did. It wasn't ambition, it was safety. I wasn't trying to get ahead, I was trying not to go back. And that realization changed everything. Because money habits are never random. They're protective. There are small ways we try to feel secure in a world that doesn't promise security. So when you catch yourself overspending, overworking, or oversaving, ask yourself, what part of me is trying to feel safe right now? Once you know the answer, you stop fighting your behavior and start healing it. We're not just earning money. We are rewriting our old stories. Number 2, freedom was the goal all along. Most people say they want to be rich. But if you listen closely, what they really want is freedom. Freedom from alarm clocks, from debt, from saying yes when their whole body wants to say no. Money is just a tool that buys that control. It's never really about the number. It's about what that number represents. Research from Princeton University found that emotional well-being rises with income, but only up to about $75,000 a year. Beyond that, money improves comfort, not happiness. Later studies, like one by Matthew Killingsworth, published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, found happiness can continue to rise only when more money buys autonomy. In other words, the good life isn't about wealth. It's about control over your time. I used to think freedom would come once I hit a certain number. But freedom isn't a finish line. It's a feeling. It begins the moment you stop building a life you need vacations from. That's when everything shifted for me. When I started asking, what would my life look like if I already felt free? Because real wealth isn't owning more, it's owning your time. And when your hours start belonging to you again, you realize you were never chasing money. You were chasing yourself. Number 3, peace costs less than we think. We have been told happiness lives on the other side of more. More income, more upgrades, more validation. But peace lives in subtraction, in needing less, wanting less, expecting less from the things that were never built to fill us. Every extra desire is emotional debt, and the interest rate is exhaustion. The average American spends over $5,400 a year on impulse purchases, according to CNBC, while the personal savings rate has dropped from 14.1% in August of 2020 to 4.6% in August of 2025, according to the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis. While we're earning more, we are keeping less, not because we're careless, but because we have mistaken consumption for contentment. A study in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences found that people feel happier when they spend money on time-saving experiences or shared moments rather on possessions. That tells you everything. Peace isn't purchased. It is practiced. I used to think simplicity was boring. Now I see it as strategy. Because the fewer things I depend on to feel okay, the richer I already am. Some people buy peace with purchases. Others earn it through stillness. You don't need everything you think you do. You just need to stop confusing comfort with contentment. The less you need to feel whole, the harder it becomes for the world to take your peace. And that is wealth. Number 4, time rewards the patient, not the perfect. We love quick wins, but the universe runs on compound interest and not just in money. Everything good takes time. Confidence, love, mastery. They all grow quietly beneath the surface. Compounding doesn't reward the clever. It rewards the calm. It punishes those who chase noise and honors those who stay the course. But patience isn't glamorous. It's invisible work. It looks like nothing until suddenly it looks like everything. You'll go months feeling stuck and then realize it was all stacking. That's the pattern most people miss. Growth feels like boredom before it looks like success. Warren Buffett earned over 95% of his wealth after age 60. Not because he changed strategies, but because he stayed invested long enough for time to do the heavy lifting. And JP Morgan Asset Management found that missing just 10 of the market's best days each decade cuts total returns by about half. Half for simply stepping out too soon. That's why the greatest skill in finance isn't prediction, it's endurance. Time rewards the patient, not the perfect. And that's true far beyond investing. Patience compounds everything. Habits, relationships, peace of mind. The longer you play, the less you need to win. You just need to still be here. And number 5, we're all lucky in ways we'll never see. This lesson changes how you see success and people. We love the story of the self-made person, but no one is truly self-made. The book tells the story of Bill Gates and his best friend Kent Evans. They happened to attend one of the only high schools in America, one of thousands with access to a computer terminal in the 1960s. That one piece of luck gave them roughly 10,000 hours of reprogramming experience before most people had ever seen a computer. Gates went on to build Microsoft. Evans, equally gifted, died in a mountain climbing accident before graduation. Same school, same intelligence, completely different outcomes. That's luck and risk, the twin forces we like to ignore. Luck gives you chances you can't explain. Risk takes them away without warning. Intelligence helps, but it isn't the main driver of wealth or success. A 40-year study highlighted by Inc. found that the richest people weren't necessarily the most talented. They were often the luckiest, the ones who happened to be in the right place at the right time. Success is a mix of preparation meeting opportunity. Another study reported by Science Alert revealed that men in the top 1% of earners actually scored lower on cognitive ability tests than those earning slightly less, suggesting that beyond a certain point, wealth depends more on timing, risk, and relationships than raw intellect. That humbles you. It reminds you that effort matters, but timing matters too. When you see how much of life is shaped by what you didn't control, you stop comparing. You stop assuming someone else's success means your failure. You simply try to do good work and stay grateful that you even got the chance. Because we're all lucky in ways we'll never see, and unlucky in ways we'll never understand. And that realization turns comparison into compassion. Money is a reflection, not a report card. It shows you how you think, not how much you're worth. When you start to see it in that way, the noise fades. You stop chasing perfection and start choosing peace. You stop trying to reach wealth and begin to practice it. Because real wealth isn't about numbers. It's about calm. And calm is built one decision at a time. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video.